Hello and welcome back to the Finicky Village mix. We are in the bracket stage and I am in the... This is like the first round of the knockout bracket. I got almost the lowest seed, not quite. So the winner of this will be going on to Is it okay for me to say the winner of this will be going on to lose to VR Smith in the next round? It's probably fine. But yeah, playing against Will Wang, who I have not played before that I can recall. Alright, so we have one of our Finicky Villages. Crystal Ball flagship, I suppose, is a... I wonder... The flagship mule thing is interesting because you can play... If you have a flagship in play, you can play a card as mule and then the flagship resolves and you can play it like normally, I guess. So like in theory, you can do some interesting stuff with that. Yeah, sacrifice open makes sense. Is it sacrifice silver? Like the terminal space is definitely going to be tight. I wouldn't mind having a crystal ball, which is another village. I think I mentioned that, but maybe I didn't. I think I sacrifice silver. Monkeys could be nice draw. Might be difficult to actually consistently play it though. I mean, I guess early on monkey as the only terminal outside of sacrifice could also make sense. Maybe it should have been sacrifice monkey because of mule. I could see that. Maybe I should pick up a monkey here. Guide, I'm not so much feeling the need for that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a monkey. And a crystal ball. Artificer can also set up crystal ball. I don't know how helpful that will actually be, but could come up. So our sacrifice bottom decked. Not great. At least it didn't collide with the monkey, but... And we don't get to sacrifice an estate, so that's cool. I think... Do we believe in a horn megaturn here? That's another important question. If we have like Guide, Artificer, Crystal Ball, Horn in play, that's 4 uniques. If we have a Duration Monkey in play, well, we can always mule stuff. The problem is going to be drawing it. But I guess if Monkey... Yeah, you know, I think I do believe in it. So then the question is, do we want to take a Horn now? Or do we want to take Artificer? There's not a ton of cheap cards we want to gain necessarily, but... I think I will grab... Oh. No, I think I'm going to go with the Artificer. I guess the good news is our opponent hasn't trashed an estate either. Bad news is they didn't take a silver, but we still hit 5 and then somehow got 2 monkeys. Artificer for monkey, and then play monkey. Okay, sure. Well, I guess we're going to take another monkey here. For our opponent a card, and hopefully see something that we can use to trash an estate, which I mean, has to be sacrificed, because Crystal Ball sure isn't going to do it. Well, no such luck. Alright, let's go ahead and take an Artificer now. Do they have 3 Artificers? Oh, no, I did get an Artificer. Oh, right, I didn't get the Horn. Right. Okay. In that case, do we actually want the Horn? It does... Well, I guess both Artificer and Horn draw our opponent cards. I'm gonna say Horn, I think, at this point. We should pick up a guide at some point just because we were gonna want it as one of our uniques. But I don't feel that it's particularly urgent otherwise. Then the other question is just going to be, like, what can we do with Flagship, if anything? Okay, I think it's probably more important to get the monkey in play here. Now that we have the 1 horn in our deck, I think getting another Artificer probably makes more sense. Still haven't trashed an estate. Oh my god. I do feel like ultimately, like, having the Crystal Ball should help because, you know, you can play that non-terminally to trash, so ultimately we should get thinner than our opponent. They've trashed 1 estate, we've trashed... it's probably 4-3 on copper trashing, so we're probably even on trashing right now. So we bottom deck the sacrifice in the opening. But as it goes forward, we should ultimately get thinner. Oh my god, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And they do have the monkey in play too. Really. Alright, let's... Maybe we don't take 2 cards here, maybe we just take 1. Does it even make sense to take a Flagship? I mean, we do have the Crystal Ball, like, in theory, but it's just... Like, if anything, we want an Artificer for Flagship and then play it with Crystal Ball or something like that. So we could take the guide. Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to grab the guide. Buy nothing. One of these days, I will get to trash an estate. I don't think I mentioned the format. This is first at 2.5 wins. So right now we have Artificer Guide, Monkey, Crystal Ball, Horn, Sacrifice, Copper. So we're like almost at 8 uniques. The issue, of course, is the draw. Okay, they got a flagship. Oh, and an Artificer. They did not play a monkey. Okay. Even if we draw the sacrifice, I don't know that it's going to make so much sense to play it over the monkey. So I'm wondering, I could pick up another guide without losing anything of value for this turn. I think I'll do that. I would like to hit 5, but I think I gotta trash. How important is it to have all these artificers? It doesn't seem that important. Like if we're trying to get the horn thing going, maybe we take another horn here. Then maybe it is time for a flagship. I don't know. We could also, maybe we also need another crystal ball, honestly. Yeah, I could believe that. Oh, they do have a monkey in play. No, they don't. They don't. Right. Okay, that's why we want to gain more cards. All right. Yeah, let's take one more crystal ball and go ahead and take a flagship. Yeah, I mean, having all the artificers is good if your goal is just like buy provinces. And maybe that is a more reasonable goal anyway. Like, maybe they're never going to draw us enough cards with Monkey. And I guess the other thing we should be considering is whether we can get multiple monkeys into play. It's really hard. Like, we can't even use Flagship to do it. It has to be Crystal Ball. I mean, we can use Artificer Crystal Ball to do it. Then if our opponent, like, doesn't buy anything that turn, it's like, well, okay. Yeah, Guide is also not that good with the monkey stuff anyway. So it's like just awkward. Okay, so we do have a crystal ball. We also have an estate in those 5 cards, so I mean, I guess what we could do is we could top deck another flagship and play it with the crystal ball. That might be pretty good. Or another monkey. Monkey, Artificer, silver crystal ball horn. So we can discard 4 cards and still hit 5 for horn. Not necessarily for the crystal ball, but I do kind of like. Oh, they do have a monkey in play. Ugh. Right, maybe we shouldn't bother then. Just. Okay. Well, that works. Time to gain another horn, I suppose. And another artificer. We need something to line up with the flagship. I don't think I want to take a province at this point. Yeah, these guides, probably shouldn't have even bothered to gain them. Just not very good. I still haven't trashed an estate. Well, they must have gained a horn at some point. Oh, they just got one. Okay. Did they get to trash and play a monkey? Oh, they had a flagship in play from the previous turn. Okay. Sacrificing action cards for plus actions. I don't think that ever actually turns into draw, does it? Maybe for the next turn. The flagship, but it's still hard to flagship like a council room. You can't flagship a monkey. Probably don't discard here. We got the 2 horns already, so I mean, it would be nice to get a monkey in play. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Okay, so are we willing to draw our opponent? Guess we're just gonna do it. I wonder if we are we? Could we possibly be meant to take a council room? And we didn't even get a flagship in play, so we're not going to have any plus actions. Probably not. Did draw them quite a few cards. We did actually get to 8 uniques without having the guide in play. Artificer, Monkey, Flagship, Crystal Ball, Horn, Sacrifice, Copper, Silver. Yeah. Yeah, they are going to replay Council Room. That is not like net draw. I feel like that was more going to benefit me than it's going to benefit them. Discard 5 cards to draw 3, or net draw 3. You do get the buy, but then I draw 2 cards. So it's like you're down 2 and I'm up 2. You have the Council Room in your deck. It's like that is obviously worth something. Oh, well, thank you for gaining another guide. Since that isn't much. I just want sacrifice fodder. I mean, I guess it does let you get down to both Flagship and Monkey, but I don't know. Files are getting low. Crystal Ball doesn't matter, but okay. Probably not much point in using Artificer till we get all the way through here, since the only thing we're going to be able to do with it is top deck stuff for Crystal Ball. And we'd be drawing our opponent cards anyway. So what do we want on top? Do we want a flagship or do we want a monkey? We've got a sacrifice in there. 50-50 chance we hit that. And then the other card is probably just a copper. Does that mean we want to leave an estate in hand? Maybe. One, two, three, four, five, 6 uniques. So we're not provincing with these horns. We don't need the copper, or both of the coppers. I mean, more draw is a pretty big deal, because ultimately we don't need plus actions to do the horn thing. So I'm inclined to go with monkey. Silver, right. That is another unique. Enough. All right. We take like one more horn and then some crystal balls maybe. Two more horns seems a little dicey piles wise. I mean, probably it's fine. But they're gonna have a lot of cards. Wait, draws 2 cards off monkey. Oh, I thought they had a monkey and a flagship in play. Whoops. Wait, you can replay? Oh, it's non-command card. I'm an idiot. I thought flagship was non-duration. Right, the reason flagship can't K flagship is because it's command, not duration. Oops. Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't even notice them drawing the extra cards. Might have set them up for the win there. It's like, okay, I knew I drew them a lot of cards, but that really seems like a lot of cards. Yeah. The good news is they only have 2 horns. I think it'll be hard, not, this is really impossible, but hard for them to get enough gains out of the artificers to win, but I don't know. Artificer for horn, I mean, it is a lot of, that is a big chunk of their hand. They will have to discard. I mean, they can sacrifice a monkey to get an extra action and then play Council Room, so they can get some drawback. But okay. 3 horns, 2 buys. They need 8 gains right now. They have 4 gains from Artificer, plus the 3 horns and the 2 buys, which is 9 gains. So they have enough gains, just like numerically, but it's a question of whether they can actually do that. I guess in theory, like horn to gain horn, the buy phase might be more efficient than like an Artificer for guide or monkey. They might have enough draw for that. To throw away 12 cards to gain 4 guides. Out of 15, but they do get 2 of them back, the Artificers. They're getting another horn? I think that's it. Probably, well, I don't know. Yeah, I just wish I'd noticed they had 2, like the double monkey play. Thought it was. Ooh, sacrifice another flagship. That's, well, I guess the terminal space doesn't matter. It's just cycling. That still does matter in the sense that those cards are not stop cards, but they could have just flagshipped the Artificer, so I don't know. It seems actually like strictly better. Yeah, I definitely blew that by not realizing they had the double monkey in play. I think I'd have been okay if I had realized that. Like, I didn't need to take... I could have just not taken those extra... crystal balls. All right. So we've got Druid gains wisps. Wisps are good, so I think I might want to open with that. And like Exorcist. Gain us more wisps and then imps as well. Some point maybe. Sacrifice is the better Copper Trasher. Terminal collision is potentially an issue. Druid Exorcist is not very good at hitting any prize points, admittedly. But like grabbing a bunch of vagrants isn't even that bad here. It's too bad vagrant like only triggers off of like ruins and shelters and not spirits. That would be nice. We could also just go like silver sacrifice, silver exorcist, and then pick up the druid later. Might make more sense. I mean, granted, torture here is like not that strong. There is also launch. Yeah, let's get the druid. Yeah, maybe we go druid sacrifice and we launch if we have collision. We probably do still want to get an exorcist at some point, but Sacrificing a state should be fine anyway. It's worth some VP. So getting a bunch of spirits is good for fairgrounds. Village-wise here, Sacrifice Trail has got us covered. That's another reason to go with Sacrifice. Okay, well, this could be a little unfortunate. Do we want to go ahead and grab a silver, or do we want just like a vagrant? Probably should take a silver. It would be the second game in a row where we bottom decked Sacrifice. We could launch here 50-50 to draw the Sacrifice. And be able to trash an estate. If we don't, we lose out on the opportunity to buy a silver or a vagrant, which isn't a huge downside. There's also Diplomat launch is a thing. I think I will do the launch. Damn it. Alright, fine. One more silver. Sure, I guess. Flames gift. I want them wisps. That is pretty unfortunate to hit 3 here again. I think at this point I am going to take a Vagrant. We've got a couple wisps in the deck, and we already have a couple silvers. We're presumably going to get attacked here with a Torture. It's not a huge problem. I need to get some Trails and some Diplomats in this deck. Another Sacrifice also once we start to get Trails. Do we take a Torturer? I mean, it is a reasonable draw card for sure. I guess so. I definitely don't feel any strong need for barracks. I think it's gotta be incorrect to pick that up. Okay, should we launch here? Probably. I get hit again with Torture here. I guess I'd probably go ahead and just take the Curse. I don't really want to discard down to 1 card. I really need to get some Trails and Diplomats. Just keep not hitting 4. Which is a little surprising. I only have 1 estate left in my deck at this point. And I have a bunch of Wisps, but I don't know. Well, if stuff like that happens... Alright, is it Diplomat first or is it Trail? I think it's Diplomat, because they've got the Tortures anyway. Good chance we're getting hit with Torture number 2 here, but I'm not gonna assume it until it happens. Since there is still some limitation on terminal space. I might prefer to play Druid. Or might just not have the Torture in hand. This has got to be play Torture and launch. Come on. He's killing me. That activates. Alright, 7. Like the sacrifice. Another Diplomat probably over a Trail, I think. Diplomat Vagrant. This might be Gain Curse off the bat here, since we're probably going to need to launch anyway. Never did pick up an Exorcist. Be nice to do that. Turn these silvers into imps. Although we do need some way to have money, I suppose. Yeah, that's the real thing on this board, is that the payload is weak. Which is one reason not to be so focused on copper trashing as my opponent has been. Another Torturer. Wow. Okay. That seems excessive to me. Oh. I screwed this up. I needed to play that other copper. Whoops. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Where are all my wisps? Element number 3, do we take a Trail at this point? Get the Diplomat. We don't actually want to react it, though. Names gift here? Wow. They're gonna launch just to attack? Maybe they'll buy anything. At least the wisps are going off a little bit here. I can't activate this diplomat no matter what. I guess I can just play all this money since that's still not enough. Activate the diplomat again. Wow. That's sad. Oh, maybe I could have activated this one, actually. Probably screwed that up. Whatever. I'm not gonna... I mean, I guess I might trash copper over... Well... Maybe barracks isn't crazy. Or maybe I just do like Trail Vagrant. I kind of need another sacrifice too. But let's go with this. I'm gonna go ahead and take the curse now. Yeah, I could definitely use another trasher at this point. Another druid would work. Do I? Surely they're not gonna prioritize playing a third torture this turn. I don't know, maybe they will. I want to sacrifice the trail rather than discarding it here. But if they attack again, I will just discard it. Okay. Ooh. This could go poorly if I don't draw some money. I think I gotta try. I mean, I only need 1 silver. Okay. Guess I should have kept the trail in hand. Bought barracks. that other trasher. Yeah, looks like I may have underestimated the torture, or maybe more accurately overestimated the response. It's been like so slow to add the components. Because there's just no payload. And the wisps have not been very consistent. Launch here seems pretty good. You pays for itself and you get to play. Oh, okay. Oh boy. I guess I'd probably go ahead and launch. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna take another sacrifice. Yeah, I'm just not finding enough with the wisps. I do have a lot of them. Maybe I should have taken the Exorcist. Over another sacrifice. I mean, sacrifice trail is something I want to be able to do, but man. Maybe I should go ahead and launch though. Trash the curse, probably trash the curse. Well, alright. Hmm. They sure do have a lot of gold in their deck at this point. Sure do. Let's go ahead and do this. And it should take a second torture. I mean, there's only 3 curses left, though. Take another trail. Well, maybe I should have taken that Exorcist, actually. Especially with... we need to get some imps for Fairgrounds, if nothing else. These... to launch or not to launch? Probably not. No torture. I probably should have considered launching there before I just clicked the button. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Well, now we're getting somewhere, I guess. A little late. It's trash. Leave the diplomat on top. Wonder if I'm actually meant to buy copper here. Probably not. Or am I even meant to buy gold? That's what I was thinking about, but... what's my unique situation? I could also exercise a trail into an imp. Is that better than... so I have trail, druid, wisp, vagrant, diplomat. torture, exorcist, sacrifice, copper, silver. Add fairground. Oh, and curse. Add fairgrounds. Gold. That's an argument for getting the gold now. Okay. I think leaving the diplomat on top is... Right now we have 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 coins, which is already enough to, in theory, to buy double fairgrounds if we don't need to launch. We do need to launch. Yeah, okay, actually I think not buy the copper. So, I mean, we could keep one curse around for it, but copper, silver, gold, druid, trail, vagrant, diplomat, torture, exorcist, sacrifice, fairgrounds, wisp, imp, duchy estate or something like that. If we can't touch provinces, okay. I guess. Oh, okay, we can sack the trail. Do need to ideally keep the other trail around so we can exorcist on that. We don't have to, but be helpful. Because in theory we could also take a prince, but I don't know that that's ever going to make sense. Okay. To launch or not to launch? 10 coins in hand right now. We don't have, I mean, we could sack a silver, but is other trail. Well, yeah, I guess this is fine. We can sacrifice, play the gold, launch. Top decking the trail is not bad. Oh, that was not what I thought was happening. Oh well, whatever. Trash the curse. Buy a fairgrounds. Turn that into an imp. I guess I might as well take the curse at this point. It's just going to decrease my hand size anyway. I'll end up taking it regardless. Could, I guess, yeah, there's no reason to discard Trail in reaction to Torture anyway. What did they buy last turn? It wasn't a province. Oh, it was a province. Alright, I just lost track of what was going on. Oh. Huh. Somehow I still have 5 cards in my hand. Well, that's annoying. Okay, that helps. Press the other trail. Sure. Can exercise the curse. So I guess we're gonna take a wisp. Be way overdrawn and not have nearly enough money to get more than fairgrounds, which is pretty annoying. So we exercise. Yeah, it would be good if we had. Maybe I should buy a copper here. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I should buy a copper. Okay. It's turning vagrants into wisps. Might be better than having the curse trashed. Nah. Oof. Well, do I launch? What am I plus buy? Exorcist does nothing. Under what scenario am I sad that I launched? I mean, I can take a duchy if I need to, so not much. Why? Oh, diplomat, maybe. Do I want to exercise the trail? Not enough to not play it. Need to draw that wisp, that's for sure. I could have exercised the vagrant too. Well, presumably I will be losing the game. Moment here. They don't have any +5 because they sacrificed their druid, but I don't think they're going to have too much problem hitting province twice before I can get a bunch of fairgrounds. And I haven't even gotten the uniques I need to make them. Oh no, wait, I guess I have. Huh, how did that happen? Oh no, wait, that's the 6 VP from the sacrifice. Yeah, I need Duchy Estate. But what the heck? Why not click on some cards? Wait, what? Got the last wisp. Earth. Sure. On Earth did they discard the torture? All right. Yeah, I'm not sure whether there was a way to make what I was doing work or whether that was just doomed, but I think it's mostly just a, like I said, lack of payload is the main issue. Well, this one looks interesting. The main village is Remake Trail? A Wheelwright Trail as well. You do discard the trail, you've got to gain something. So that's interesting. You got Chapel and Remake. Remake is like pretty good here, so I don't know. Does it make sense? Get them both? Do we skip Chapel? Probably don't skip Chapel. Maybe it does make sense to get them both. If they collide, like, oh well, you don't maybe get some silvers or something. But ultimately, then you can remake the chapel into a silver. There's something to be said for opening like remake Skulk, and then you can remake the Skulk. It's going to be hard to buy anything in the initial shuffle with a remake chapel open, obviously. I don't know how much that matters. Wait, you can't open remake Skulk. What am I talking about? It should be Chapel Skulk, which is less appealing. Wheelwright. Okay, well, that's pretty interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the remake chapel. Okay, good. No collision. You definitely want to take the silver. We're gonna need some money. Only one silver is probably not quite what we wanted, but it's okay. Hmm. I. Yeah, the wheelwright in the open does not seem very relevant, but once you get a 4 cost into your deck, I guess I didn't find their trail. Yeah, so that's why I'm wondering, like, should I just take wheelwright right now rather than trashing? And I think the answer is yes. Right, because then this can happen. We're going to want to get torturers, but I think starting with the real wheelwright makes more sense. Okay, so that's the silver. So we have 2 coins in our deck if we trash all of this, but we can remake trail into payload and chapel into payload. So I think that's okay. So, okay, if we do chapel here, all 4 cards, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And we can wheelwright trail to gain another trail, and then remake that trail plus the chapel into a, yeah, I think this all works. There's definitely an argument to keeping a copper, but I think this should be good. Because the other thing we could do is start with the remake, actually. Maybe that makes more sense. Didn't use the wheelwright? Weird. Whatever card they gain here, they're not going to be able to play, which is good for me. It's not clear how effective the torture is going to be at this point. Because, like, while, you know, the discard attack would hurt, the gaining the curse, it's like, well, you're going to play remake anyway, so... I mean, it does hurt, but... Right, so if we remake Chapel to silver and then Trail to a 5, we draw the silver, and then we have the 5 on top and we can wheelwright for it. That 5 is probably another wheelwright. Probably could also be a scepter. Oh, but then we can't discard it. We take a wheelwright, we play wheelwright, we discard wheelwright to gain maybe torture, and then we buy trail. Right. Could also be clerk. Well. If we take trail here, we can draw our wheelwright, but that doesn't do anything. I guess we could also consider taking Skulk. But we should probably do that mid-turn. So I think it's... We're not using the trail ability if we take that. I think I like taking Torturer right now. And then... buying... Clerk? This is a little awkward. Almost need to get attacked here. Not top decking either of the wheelwrights. It's actually very unlikely, and we also don't see the clerk. I mean, I guess we can just remake the silvers into more trails. That's probably what we're supposed to do anyway. Like, how much money do we actually need here? Not much. Maybe none. Maybe none. I guess the downside of not having any money is the inability... Oh no, we still have the remake. Right. Okay. In fact, actually, getting a second remake instead of 2 trails might even be correct. Or we just remake the trail. In a silver. Yeah, remake trail silver is probably better than both silvers. I guess we can always wheelwright for another remake too. So maybe it doesn't make sense to take another remake right off the bat. Okay. We're definitely going to remake one of the silvers into a trail. And yeah, I think we remake... I guess the advantage of remaking the other silver is that... Oh, never mind. Alright, this is going to be another wheelwright. Now we go... Clerk to trail and play it. We go wheelwright. No. Torture. Wheelwright. Clerk. Trail. Goal here is to just get all the trails. Which we can do. So let's do that. because that matters. So there's not much reason to react with Trail here. Sorry, with Cleric. That's what I meant. Now we hope that there isn't some kind of win available to our opponent, which wouldn't totally surprise me, but I don't know. Winning the trail split does seem valuable, and they don't have, like, draw on their deck per se. I mean, they do now with the Torturer, but still, I don't think it's going to be trivial. I mean, they probably just don't have enough wheelwrights. How many wheelwrights did I play? 1, 2, 3, 4. We each have 4? Need another remake, but they... I think I meant to discard here so that I don't have to take minus VP. So what do they have in hand now? Like 1 wheelwright, no trails, a remake, and I don't think they've trashed all their copper. Yeah, they have a copper. Okay, that's not scary. They could take a Skulk to get some payload. But I think I'm in a pretty good spot here. I think if I take another remake, I should be able to find another win. Remaking trails. Yeah, so maybe they got the gold, maybe they got the Skulk. Oh, okay. That's another thing you can do. Okay. So we definitely need to do trail to something. It might as well be remake, I think. We can always remake the remake if nothing else. Let's go ahead and play the Torturer now. Remake 2 trails into 2 wheelwrights seems pretty good. Maybe we're just emptying on remakes rather than 5 cost. Because we can, yeah, that probably makes the most sense. I mean, although now that we have 2 remakes, is this actually going to work? Not entirely clear to me. We could take another Torturer. For sure. We also don't need any points. We've played 4 of our 6 trails, so if we wanted to remake trails, I guess we can always remake remakes into 5s. Let's take another Torturer. We can also remake the Clerk. Remake Clerk Silver into remake Torturer. I guess we play the wheelwright first either way. Problem is we need to draw a Torturer like now or else our turn doesn't continue. Oh, I guess that also kind of works. Just keep going for this? I think so. We're very close. If we find the Torturer... We didn't find the Torturer. Frig. That's bad. That's really bad. It's game losing, I believe. Ugh. We don't even have enough money to buy, like, a duchy. We can remake into a duchy. Yeah, I should have taken another Torturer earlier or something. Oh, I don't know when I was supposed to do it. Maybe I meant to take a Skulk off of this remake. 2 Skulks? Ugh. Or I discard nothing. I don't know. Discard nothing probably makes more sense. And then remake Clerk remake into double duchy. Buy an estate. Now my deck might just totally fall apart. No trails in hand, so that's great. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, my deck has more good stuff in it than my opponent, but now it also has more bad stuff. I imagine they'll just go for it. Oh, man. Yeah. Here, just take the remake. I mean, they do need to score points, and that's not going to be easy for them. Remakes don't score them points unless they have 4s to remake. I think I have to discard here to start with. Force them to get all the points that they need. I mean, obviously they do have another Torturer, but... Or do they even? Maybe I have. No, I think I only gained the 1. Yeah, they have 2. But they... I mean, it might be difficult for them to actually play both of them, depending on what their hand looks like right now. But yeah, I should have taken more Torturers and fewer remakes if I could have. The problem is, I mean, you know, like I can't do it when I'm discarding trails with real wheelwrights. So I needed to run into, like, well, I did remake 2 trails early in that turn, but I had to take the wheelwrights. Right? Maybe I was supposed to take wheelwright Torturer there. That was my mistake. Probably was. Especially because if I could have played... Well, even the second torture would have been... Okay, so they have almost their whole deck in hand. How many remakes did I gain? 1, 2, 3. They've gained 1. There's 1 in the trash. Which leaves... I have 4 remakes. There's 1 in the trash. So they have 4 remakes as well. One of which is this card. They do have another wheelwright. They have 2 trails left. So I only have 1 action. They can remake Trail twice to get another action and to get the 2 duchies, and then they... I think I just lose either way, to be honest. But I think I have to do that. Man. Well, I really screwed this matchup. Yeah. I should have taken the extra torturers, because that would have been just as effective, more or less, in terms of, like, even if I wouldn't have been able to pile, I could have just driven their deck into the ground. I can take a bunch of curses or discard their whole hand. I mean, you can discard trails for a while, but then at some point you don't have them anymore. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone for the remakes. Like, it seemed, it's like you're discarding the trails with the wheelwrights, but if I take 2 tortures, the first remake, and then I can just do wheelwright for stuff, that would have been better. Like, I had the better deck for sure. The extra trails. I had, yeah. I just did not. I had the lead and I just blew it. I could have I think the torture line, like, instead of trying to just end the game, would have been good. I'm actually, honestly, I'm curious. Well, I'll see. Actually, let's no. How do I? No. Ah. Oops. What I want to know is, like, what how many tortures I could have gotten into play. Apparently cannot interrupt Lord Reddington, though. And yeah, okay. Damn it, that's really annoying. Know how far back I need to go. What? Ugh. How do I do this? What? Something is up with this. I go to decision. Oh, I see what the problem is. It was okay. I never use this feature. Okay, this is the right turn. Right. I do see the problem now at the beginning of the turn, but I guess gaining 1 remake is fine. Do that. Okay, so now we do Torturer. Torturer. Gain another one? Maybe we just gain a wheel right here. Yeah. I see where this was going to be awkward regardless, potentially. Why did I even do it that way? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually this was not going to be as good as I thought. Yeah, I don't know what I was supposed to do. I mean, I thought I had the better deck. I don't know, take some distant lands? Like, the problem is you need to discard the trails, but like, then what do you do with them? Oh. Actually, I guess here it's like you almost have it. Wheelwright, discarding remake, wheelwright, discarding remake. I don't know. Maybe there was a line. Well, in any case, thanks for watching, and I will be back with more Dominion League stuff soon. Until then.